So today we're speedrunning through Sushi Cat, which is probably one of the strangest Flash games I've ever played. And you'll see why that is in just a second, but before that, we're just going to start the game. We get a little cutscene, but we're going to skip through that and go to the first level. And you can see what Sushi Cat is all about. It's basically a dropper game where you're trying to collect as much sushi as possible. And as you get more sushi, Sushi Cat's going to get fatter and fatter. So we want him to. I mean, we want him to be happy. He's getting all this sushi and enjoying it, I guess. And yeah, it's just a game about dropping the cat, trying to find the optimal solutions. And especially for the speedrun, you really need the optimal solutions because you don't want him to be bouncing forever. But the first level is probably the easiest level in the world. I mean, you kind of just drop him and we already beat the game. We got enough sushi. So all we have to do is wait for him to get to the bottom. Come on, Sushi Cat, you can do it. And then I have to drop one more because we have one more cat and that should be the end of the game. Or not the end of the game, but the level. Anyway, okay, let's just go on to the second one. Now for this one, we're going to drop him right there first. You can see on the side how much sushi you need. Like right now we need 25 sushi left. It's going to keep going down as we eat more and more. And then we have that many cats left, so we have 4 left. Here's going to be our 4th. And yeah, Sushi Cat's just going through. I also didn't notice this like Sushi Cat meter with the cat being sad right now. He's just going to keep getting more and more sushi. But for this one, I'm going to drop it right there. Hopefully get through there. And you can see as you go through and eat more sushi, Sushi Cat does grow in size, like I said. So it becomes harder to deal with some things. Things that he normally wouldn't hit, he does hit just because he's a bigger size and therefore he has a bigger hitbox. Now we can keep him small because we already got all the sushi we needed. We can just drop him down there. It's going to be nice and easy. We can get our sushi frenzy. Hooray. So yeah, this is a pretty good looking run so far, but I mean, we're only 2 levels into it. There are a total of 15 levels for this run. So of course, we're just going to have to slowly but surely get there. In this one, there's just a lot of bumps you have to deal with. So I'm just going to try to put Sushi Cat in the best possible position to make sure he gets as much sushi as possible. And right now he's just like struggling to get through that, please. And we get a Maneki Neko. And the Maneki Nekos will give you either one more Sushi Cat or they're going to give you double score. And to be honest, we don't really care about either of them. I mean, one more Sushi Cat can be nice if I mess up, but it is a cutscene and just extra time in general, so we really don't want it. I need 7 more sushi. I'm going to try to bounce him right there to try to get into the center. Okay, that looks perfect. So he'll get right there. We only need 2 more sushi at this point, so I'm really happy with that. And for this last one, I'll try to bounce him right there to try to get 2 more sushi. And yeah, we're good. Full belly activated. What an interesting what an interesting game thing to say. And yeah, we'll just drop our boy back down. He's looking pretty happy. He got all the food he already needed, so hooray. And then for this level, I mean, it's pretty similar. There's just a bunch of things to drop and you have to make sure you get as much sushi as possible. There are these 2 platforms at the bottom that are going back and forth, which are kind of annoying because for those guys, I mean, sometimes they can just make your time be slightly longer because they'll get right in the way of you. But as long as we have pretty good drops, I don't really have to worry too much about that. I'm gonna go for this one. We'll put him right there and then he should be able to get a good collection of sushi. And the trick for this speedrun is just always keeping an eye on your sushi counter because there is a certain amount of luck that comes with this game. You're not always going to be sure that you're going to get the maximum amount of sushi. So we have to keep an eye on the sushi counter and then maybe change our strategies if needed. Like for this one, we need 1 sushi. So I need to decide where I want to go. I guess I'll just go right through here to make sure I get that one last sushi, which does mean that I have to bounce a little bit more, but that was actually a really good bounce and we make it right to the end. And then for the 5th level, this is where it really gets interesting because for this one, we have all these rotating platforms and really bad things can happen if you're not careful on this level. Like you could just lose the run right here, which I really don't want to do. So I'm just going to try to make sure we get all the center sushi because with all these dropper things, getting the sushi in the center is actually really difficult, but hopefully we can get some good drops and then have it perfectly go over there. Okay, everything is rotating. It's so confusing. Come on, Sushi Cat. I believe in you. And that is going to be a really good drop. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we can drop him again right here. Like I said, this level's interesting. Everything's rotating back and forth. So you're never going to really be sure if you're going to get a good bounce or not. But hey, we can at least hope. And there is some very interestingly placed sushi back, and that's the ones we have to get. So I'm going to try to go right there. And we only need 1 more, so I'm really happy with that because we do have 1 more life. So I'm just going to place Sushi Cat right there. He's going to be able to make it to the end. That was actually perfect. Oh, I'm always really worried about that level. It's one of the ones that's actually really scary. But if you can get through it, then we get another cutscene and then a brand new mechanic comes out. Now for this one right away, we're just going to squish Sushi Cat. And yeah, he's just going to have to go between a bunch of stuff and try to slowly squish squeeze his body through. Like, look at this. We drop him right there. He's just like, oh, it's painful, but you know what? You'll be fine. I mean, at least it will be okay for me. I'm not sure about you, but that part doesn't really matter. And there we go. That's the new mechanic. What that does is it will let Sushi Cat eat all the sushi right in that area. So it's actually a really nice thing. We're going to try to get it fairly often, but obviously for that one, we didn't really need it. It would take way too much time and a lot too much effort too, especially when I can just drop my Sushi Cat in the middle and finish off right there. So that's going to be level 6. Level 7 is also pretty interesting. So for this one, I'm going to want to get the Tonami roll. I probably said it wrong. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna stop saying names. And then we can keep dropping him, hoping that we're gonna get the right things. For this one, I'm actually gonna drop him right here, because what happens there is you just get a free 4 sushi and then try to hope that that pushes you in the right direction. Thank you. That was actually a really good one. And at this point, I have to decide if I want the for sure sushi, and I'm gonna go for the for sure sushi. Okay, that was the weirdest sentence. I don't know if I said that right, but you know, these things are hard to say. It looks like we got plenty of bonus sushi, so I was worried for nothing, but you know, sometimes you got to play it safe rather than just hoping and then losing the entire run. But there we go. That should be the last Sushi Cat. We make it through that level. And for the next one, now we have completely rotating platforms, which is really annoying. That means you're never sure exactly if you're going in the right place, if you're doing the right drop. And we also have to hope that Sushi Cat can make it through all this stuff. So for this one, I can place him over here, try to get some good bounces out of that. Everything's moving, so it becomes a whole new game where you can't really plan exactly where you want to go. You kind of have to think on your feet and then just kind of hope that everything works out. But that was actually a really good drop. We got a lot of sushi right there, so I'm just gonna drop Sushi Cat right there, and then he's gonna completely make it to the bottom. That was a weird bounce. Okay, Sushi Cat, we don't really want that, but I'll do one more of those and we should be fine, just making it all the way to the bottom. Again, he got that weird bounce, and you can see his like skin when you get that much pressure on it. It's like hurting him. I feel so bad for him. This is like psychological torture. What else do you expect in a game called Sushi Cat? Actually, probably not that, but whatever. And now here's another interesting level where we have all these more spinning things. This game just really loves throwing those at us. But we can get a Tonami roll. That was actually perfect. We got a ton of sushi right there. And now, this is where the game really starts getting weird. You're seeing poor Sushi Cat. He's just getting like crushed by all these things, and I feel so bad for him, but I'm still gonna speedrun through the game. You know, I don't feel that bad for him. It is what it is at the end of the day, but I'm gonna drop him right there. We're gonna hopefully get enough sushi. We need 5 more, and we're gonna need kind of a good drop right here. I think we can go with this, and then that should be okay. No, okay, that works. I'm happy with that, Sushi Cat. You can just make it to the end now. And for this one, I'll just drop him right there so he can make it completely to the bottom, nice and easy. And that was actually a pretty good level. I'm proud of myself for that one. Oh, and now we have another much too moving platforms levels. I don't know what I just said either, don't worry. We can get the Tonami roll. That's going to give us a bunch of sushi right there. And then hopefully Sushi Cat can make it to the bottom. That was a really nice place. And yeah, for this one, I'm not going to lie, I kind of just randomly drop it. It'll probably work out. I mean, we have enough lives to where I'm not too worried about it. And we get those Tonami rolls, so that's also nice. For this one, I'm going to be a little more precise and then mess up my precise dropping, but it doesn't really matter. We got all the sushi we needed, so we're fine. I'm just gonna try to drop Sushi Cat in a good area this time, so I'm gonna go with right there, which didn't really work out. You'll make it to the end eventually, buddy, I promise. Yeah, this is where the psychological torture really comes into this poor cat. He just has to deal with constantly like getting crushed by these things, and it's a pretty sad reality for him. I mean, at least he gets to eat a lot of sushi, so I'm sure he likes that, but probably not the greatest experience of all time. But hey, Sushi Frenzy, you know, that's happy. Let's just get rid of all the scary parts of this game and just focus on the happy. But there we go, that's another cutscene. Now we get a new power-up, and this one is going to be the dragon power-up. So we're gonna wait a second for this to happen and all of that stuff to move. And then for the dragon power-up, it lets you reline up your shot and then shoot Sushi Cat somewhere else. And that was actually a really bad shot, but I think we still should be fine as long as we play this right. And yeah, the dragon's pretty interesting. I honestly like the Tonami roll better, but the dragon can be used in some pretty interesting ways. Like for this one, I'm gonna wait a second and then we're gonna drop him right here, and then we can shoot the dragon, and hopefully that's gonna be a better shot. That one actually looks pretty good. Get some more sushi out of that. That was actually a really good shot. We should be getting a lot of sushi, except this annoying platform at the bottom really feels like being annoying right now. Now we just got 1 sushi that we need left, so I'm just gonna drop him right there, and then he's gonna bounce all the way up. Okay, that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but worked out in the end. And I really love the music on these final 5 stages. Like, this is where it really gets hype. You know, you're excited to be getting all the sushi. I mean, Sushi Cat might not be because of all the torture he's already been through, but hey, at least it's fun for me, you know? Oh, and I forgot about this level. Okay, this is... This is where it really gets bad. Look at this poor cat. You're literally putting the cat through a grinder at this point. This is so terrible. Look what we're doing to him. But hey, it's all fun, you know, Sushi Cat. Hooray. Nothing bad happening over here, you know, don't worry about it. Yeah, poor Sushi Cat going through this grinder, but it's for the sake of my speedrun, you know? I can't feel bad about that. It's what happens sometimes. But at least he doesn't have to go through another grinder. He can just go right to the end and enjoy his life for what he can enjoy at this point. I don't know, this is just a pretty miserable life in my opinion, but Sushi Cat keeps smiling. I mean, he's eating his sushi. I guess that's all he really cares about in life. And for this one is kind of a weird one, in where it can just completely destroy your run if you're not careful. So what we want to do is get this dragon thing, and we need a really good shot right here. Otherwise, Sushi Cat's gonna get too fat and not be able to make it to the bottom, but it looks like we got the shot we needed. Then we can just keep dropping Sushi Cat, hopefully getting more and more sushi. This one's not really difficult other than that first shot, because you can really just ruin your entire run if you don't get lucky enough, but we got the luck that we needed, so I'm pretty happy about that. But then we get this luck. I dropped Sushi Cat at the wrong spot. This is gonna be an awkward and slow descent. I mean, he'll make it to the end eventually. We only need 7 sushi left, so I'm gonna be kind of careful for this one. These ones are really awkward with all these moving platforms, but that seems like enough sushi. That's going to be only 3 left that we need, and he can get that 3 right there, so all we have to do is drop him to the end. I'm gonna try to drop. Okay, it's always confusing on where I should try to go, but that one looks good enough. Come on, Sushi Cat, just make it to the end. We have a pretty good time. You just need to hurry up, dude. Okay, and for this one's actually pretty cool. I like this one. So you want to drop Sushi Cat so it doesn't touch any of these different things. We didn't do it perfectly there, but it was pretty good. And yeah, you just want to time your drop. So like, I'm gonna drop right there, and then he should perfectly be able to make it through, which is kind of beautiful. It just feels good when you're able to do that, to be honest. So I'm just gonna do that again. Perfect drop. We get the dragon cannon, but I don't really care about that. We can end off right there, and we just need 2 sushi left, so I'm gonna do that one more time, get another dragon cannon, and try to shoot him right to the end, and do one last drop right about here. We don't even have to get any sushi this time. He can just drop to the end, and that's gonna be good for Sushi Cat. And now I believe this is actually the last level, which I'm forgetting how to do. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since I made it to this level, so I'm just gonna try to remember. Yeah, this isn't the greatest situation for me, but I'm pretty sure I can get all the sushi I needed. I mean, Sushi Cat's gonna be happy regardless. At least I hope so. I just need to be able to do this kind of correctly. Come on, that was an okay drop. Maybe not. That was not enough sushi to get, that's for sure. This is a really scary situation, but I'm gonna go right there to try to get a lot of sushi. He's gonna be able to bounce, maybe get that dragon shot, which will be really nice. I'm gonna actually bounce Sushi Cat back up so he can get some more, and I don't know what I want to do. I guess I want to go right here and just hope that we're able to get this 5 final sushi. Come on, there we go, it's perfect, and that's going to be time. 15:52. That was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, but you can see, hooray, Sushi Cat did his thing. Now he gets a cutscene or something like that. Yay, more Sushi Cats or something. I don't really know what's going on in this cutscene, but he's happy, and that is the end. And if we look on speedrun.com, we will see that we land at a nice and comfortable 8th place, so I'm gonna take it. About halfway up the leaderboard. It wasn't the perfect run, but it was a pretty good one. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more Sushi Cat speedruns of the other games, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely get to them. And finally, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. I do a lot of speedrunning type content on this channel, so yeah, definitely subscribe if this is your type of thing. But enough shilling. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.